Welcome back.
Thank you so much. But I'm pretty excited about this one, Julie. It's a good one.
It is a good one. It's something that I think more and more people can relate to in our world today. Just because there's so many things to feel anxious about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I guess my question for you is, have you ever been anxious before?
Yes. In fact, it's interesting. I have a lot of family who struggle with anxiety. And so I think there are people who are predisposed to it. And I don't think it's something somebody was talking about teaching kids what it means to be anxious. And that I know growing up, nobody ever talked about it. And so it's one of those things. And I recently had a friend who's like 60 years old that said he went through a hard thing this last year. And he just, in seeking some support, he realized he's been anxious all of his life. And he didn't know that that's what it was.
Yeah. I see that a lot more with men than I do with women, who kind of, because those spaces aren't as open to talk about that.
Yeah.
Where they're like, that's what that is.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And we have the chat open if you have any input, like anybody who's attending. I decided that with like, when it comes to anxiety, when it comes to panic, like there just isn't room to really think about anything else. And I figured if anybody who is attending came because this is what they want to work on, to make space to talk about this further, I thought maybe we could do it first instead of kind of our secondary thing. And so we're gonna do our guided meditation here, because man, when you have anxiety, when you have panic, like those are the times where you're on the phone and you can't figure out where your phone is, like where your brain doesn't really have space to function on a basic level.
Right.
And so we're going to do a guided meditation. This one's from Inner Health Studio, and it's going to be about de-escalating. And if you're not panicking, I think we all have some level of anxiety often throughout the day. And if you're already in a very Zen space, we can just take you even further down to like a nicer, calmer spot.
Yeah, and I just want to add in, even if panic attacks aren't something that resonate with you, which you were just alluding to, I think we can all relate to those moments where we feel sort of frozen by a reaction we're having. So I love this for the opportunity to ground and de-escalate. I think this can help almost anybody at some point. So
absolutely. Absolutely. So usually we will start out with telling you to get comfortable, but this one's built again a little bit different. You are not having a heart attack. You're experiencing normal, natural anxiety that is designed to help your body handle stressful situations. Let's begin the process of overcoming panic attacks and letting that anxiety decrease. Take notice of your physical position right now. You might be sitting, standing, lying down, or moving around. Just notice where your body is. Now, if you want to, you can make some adjustments to be more comfortable. You may want to sit down or stretch a bit, or even lie down if you'd like. Just allow yourself to become slightly more physically comfortable. Now that you're in a more comfortable position, you can observe your environment. Is there any immediate danger? Is there something that will cause you harm? If there's something that will cause you harm, you can take action to keep yourself safe. If there's no immediate threat to your life, I can assure you right now that you are safe from harm. The panic that you are experiencing is not going to hurt you. Although it may feel like you are in danger because of this anxiety, it is completely normal to feel that way. You are not in danger. Anxiety will not harm you. This anxiety will pass. Overcoming panic attacks is possible. You are breathing, and you are getting enough air. If you weren't, you would not be conscious right now. Your body knows how much air it needs. If it feels that you cannot catch your breath right now, you are probably breathing a great deal of air in, but not exhaling enough. We can fix that right now. Blow out through your lips as if you're blowing air through a straw. Hear the air whoosh out, emptying your lungs completely. Notice how your lungs naturally refill without any effort as you automatically breathe in. Exhale again through your mouth, blowing the air out, and breathe in. Keep breathing naturally, making sure to exhale completely with each breath. You are okay right now. Panic attack symptoms are unpleasant, but they are not dangerous. You aren't in any danger, even if you feel physical discomfort. You might notice that the anxiety is starting to decrease. If the anxiety has not begun to lessen yet, know that it will very soon. Anxiety cannot last forever. It is impossible for your body to maintain this state. Sooner or later, no matter what you do, you will feel calmer. Overcoming panic attacks is possible. Perhaps your muscles are becoming a little more relaxed. See how you can lower your shoulders to a neutral position. They were probably raised and tense a few moments ago, but now you can hold them lower, looser, as the muscles on the tops of your shoulders become a bit longer and a bit more relaxed. Even your jaw is probably loosening, relaxing, allowing your mouth to be relaxed and loose, your teeth not touching. Feel your breathing slowing, becoming ever so slightly slower, deeper. Your breathing is quiet and calm. Your thoughts may be calmer now too. If you would like to repeat some affirmations to help your thoughts become even more calm, you can repeat the following phrases after I say them, or if you like, you can simply listen and relax. Let's begin the affirmations now. I am safe right now. Overcoming panic attacks is possible. I am able to deal with this. I know that anxiety cannot hurt me. Anxiety is a natural and normal process, and it will pass. It is okay to be anxious. I accept the way I feel right now, good or bad. It is perfectly safe to have a racing heart, and I can feel my heartbeat becoming slow and regular. I know that I am getting enough air. My muscles are starting to relax. My eyelids are feeling heavy. I am starting to feel calm. I am more relaxed right now than I was a moment ago. My relaxation increases with each passing moment. My fears cannot hurt me right now. My mind can focus on images of peace and safety. I can picture a relaxing place right now. I can imagine what it would feel like to be completely relaxed. I can imagine what it would feel like if my hands were relaxed. I can imagine how heavy my arms would feel if I were relaxed. I can imagine what relaxation feels like. I can imagine a feeling of relaxation filling my body and mind. My whole body is starting to feel relaxed and heavy. I am safe right now. I am feeling calmer. There is nothing I need to do to feel more relaxed. My body and mind can relax all on their own. Now that you have heard some affirmations, you may notice that you are even more calm than you were before. You will find that you are feeling relaxed and even a bit sleepy. To further deepen your relaxation and allow you to achieve a state of complete tranquility, you can count your breaths when they arrive. Without trying to change your breathing in any way, simply notice each breath as the air goes smoothly in and out of your body. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, say 1 in your mind. Wait for the next breath, and as you exhale, count 2. Count to each breath for the next few moments. Keep counting as I talk. If you lose count anywhere along the way, simply begin again at 1. It does not matter how many breaths you count or how fast or slow your breathing is. Simply turn your attention to each breath, seeing how your body breathes naturally without any input from you. Notice and count each breath. You are now feeling deeply relaxed, totally relaxed and comfortable, calm and peaceful. Notice how you can use affirmations and relaxation to handle panic attacks and decrease symptoms of anxiety and panic. Overcoming panic attacks is possible. Relaxation is effective in overcoming panic attacks. Notice how you naturally return to a state of calm. Memorize this relaxed state. You can return to this relaxed feeling anytime you need to. When you are ready to resume your regular activities, allow your mind and body to reawaken while maintaining a feeling of calm. Apologize for that. Let your muscles reawaken by rolling your shoulders. Now turn your head, move your arms and legs a little, return your attention to your surroundings, noticing where you are and taking in the environment around you. When you have returned to your usual level of alertness and wakefulness, you can resume your usual activities feeling calm. So, Julie, how are you feeling now?
Oh, I wish I could have laid down. Yeah, no, that was nice. And it's interesting how you can just cue me to be aware of my arms, for instance, and how I can feel them being heavy, and just that suggestion, they become heavy. Our minds are so receptive when we allow ourselves to guide our minds, but we too often let the stress guide it. So that was super nice.
I'm glad. And I appreciate what you said about just the suggestion, and it really shows how important it is what voices we allow like in our life, and knowing that you could take that and you could go with it, but you also could have been like, nope, my arms feel flipping like
Right.
like I don't feel heavy. And so I think knowing that like we don't have to take on the things that are around us, and we need to be conscious of when we are in spaces where, because we don't always have a choice. We can't always be like, well, can't be in this meeting because this is amped up kind of a thing. Like sometimes we do have to endure
Right.
things that are stressful,
Yeah.
but we get to do things to recenter ourselves. And
Yes.
I always want to be careful when I'm talking about our intention and what we can do for ourselves to make sure I'm not overdoing it and
Yeah.
going into the realm of like that toxic positivity sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
life is hard. There are things that influence our ability to take care of ourselves, but we do have more power than we give ourselves credit for.
Yes, and we just have to practice. We have to practice engaging those parts of ourselves, and then we become more confident in the power. You know, when it works a little bit, and then it works in a real tough situation. And I think that's the other thing. Practice in less stressful situations, so that when you're become triggered in more stressful situations, you already have the practice to engage it. I think it's John Kabat-Zinn that says you need to build the parachute before you need to use it. And so it's sort of like that. We're building the capacity to be with uncomfortable things and not become overwhelmed by it.
Yeah. I love that. And it's true because we can unintentionally, our brains are so good at those associations.
Yeah.
Where if we do only do this when we're anxious, it's not going to have a ton of power.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Because our brain's going to be like, oh, this is where we panic, right?
Right.
This is where we like get really nervous.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked about peaceful place before, like,
Yeah.
like in this space. And that's something that I know I was cautioned of when developing my peaceful place, was to use it like regularly. So that it wasn't just something that became kind of tainted.
Yes. Yep. But we practice becomes stronger. And it's not just a subjective thing. It actually strengthens parts in our brain and our nervous system that give us better access. So again, if we're going to climb a mountain, we're not going to just get up one day and do it. We need to practice. We need to practice to have that capacity. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And every little bit counts when it comes to
it
mindfulness.
does. 5 minutes a day. Rick Hansen says 2 minutes a day. Like
I love that.
it's more just about starting the practice, and then you can expand it. So.
Yeah. And the Calm app has
Calm app.
some really good short things.
So many good things.
Like I think there's a body scan that's 3 minutes long
Yeah.
on there. And you know, this meditation had a lot of body scan like elements to it.
Yeah.
Where it was like, you don't need to change it, just
Yep.
take note of it. And I think that is really, it's really affirming to like know that you can just show up
Yeah.
and be in your own like state of mind wherever you are, whether
Yeah.
that's calm, whether that's panic.
Yeah.
And you don't have to change it right away. And that's one of the biggest,
Yeah.
most counterintuitive mindfulness things. It's not about changing it, even though while we work to not change it and accept
Yeah.
ourselves, we will usually change it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And a calm app is another thing that we can download it. It's, we're not paying for it, but it's committing to, maybe I need to practice using this once a day. Cause for 2 minutes, if you're just willing to get in there and start using it, lots of people have it, but they just haven't, they tell themselves they don't have the time.
Yeah.
We all have an extra 2 minutes, and yeah, there's so many good things
Yeah.
out there.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
you can multitask. Like, it's not something I think I'd recommend most of them. Some of
Yeah.
like some of them would maybe be okay while you're driving. Most of them probably not. But like while you're taking a shower or something,
Yeah.
like would be a really good time to, I think that can be good for people who get bored,
Yeah.
like during meditations. And if you are like somebody with ADHD, like that can be a really good, there's one that's Jeff Warren, who has ADHD, he has some really good ADHD
Yeah.
approved stuff.
Yeah.
Where there's like a practice where he calls it swinging, where you focus on something in your body and then you listen for a sound, the furthest away sound that you can hear.
Oh wow.
And it's something where it can look very different, like
Yeah.
depending on what works for you.
Yep.
And I know you've mentioned kind of meditative, like walks or runs and
Yes.
stuff too.
Yep. Yeah, there's absolutely any way that you can engage life or an experience, you can do it mindfully.
Yeah.
So it's endless possibilities, but that app shows a lot of different ways. And so,
Yeah.
If you don't have it, you can come to Haley's office.
Yeah.
And we have some at Center for New Directions too.
We have these flyers, which that's handy. I have one left on my desk. I have a bunch in the storage area, but like, yeah, we have this. It's something that I think without our fancy QR code, I think it's like $100 a year.
Yeah.
But we luckily are very fancy, and so we have it for you guys to use.
Free.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yes,
Just have to download and use it.
absolutely.
And then the happy lights.
Yes, we have those. I need to check and see, because I know at one point they were all checked out, but I believe we had a few come back.
Yeah.
So so thanks for joining us for this is our last Zoom Mindful Monday of the year, I believe. 'Cause I don't think
Yeah.
we're doing one, because December we're barely
done.
yeah. So we'll be back in spring semester.
And have a most wonderful holiday. Rest, take care of yourself, be calm
Absolutely love that.
as possible.
And we will be posting this and on our Canvas page.
Yeah, yep. And we'll talk to you more about next year with the other practices, the yoga. When those come out, I might change that to a Wellness Wednesday thing, just because people tend to be less prepared on Mondays for things like yoga. So anyway, but we'll touch base on that when we all join back together in January. So yeah,
Sounds good.
have a great holiday.
Absolutely.
Okay, bye.